This is the Simulation Football League, presented by APM Music on YouTube. Las Vegas is back at home once again after failing to come up with a victory in the last 3 games. However, some good news for them is they have won every single time against Arizona here at home at Silver State Stadium, and in the matchup history, the last 5 games have been decided by the home team coming away with the victory. Can Las Vegas get back on track with a win here tonight versus Arizona, or Arizona come away with their first victory on the road versus Las Vegas? Good evening, everyone. I'm Tyler Falk. Welcome to Week 8 action. We have crossed over the halfway point, and we are ready for the back half of the season where playoffs now begin to become a factor and playoff seeding is in full swing. I'm joined in the booth tonight by the hacker himself, that is Steven Hacker. Steven, we've got a lot to talk about. We've got youth, we've got experience. What is the biggest takeaway and what should people be looking for here tonight here at Silver State Stadium?
Well, I think, Tyler, coming into this game, you look at the records: Arizona 5-1, Las Vegas 2-4, and you feel like, you just feel like on paper Arizona's got this game wrapped up, but this feels like a trap game to me. Historically, Vegas just performs really well against Arizona, and I think the key to this game is going to be the rushing attack for both teams. I think whoever controls the time of possession and controls the ground game is going to walk away with the victory in this one.
Las Vegas and their All Blacks kick it away to Arizona in the orange helmets, white jerseys, and orange pants, and here we go from Vegas. Here comes the return from Ryan Orlovsky. Gets it all the way up to the 28-yard line. A special shout out to Dags Droneworks. Our aerial coverage of today's game was provided by Dags Droneworks, aerial photography and videography services for real estate, events, marketing, and more. Learn more at dagsdroneworks.com. As Ashley Jackson takes to the field here in Las Vegas. 2 touchdowns and 3 interceptions a week ago versus Sioux Falls. She's hoping, even though in a winning effort last week, she's hoping to turn around last week's performance, keep those turnovers down to a minimum. Quick hitter over the middle finds Will Todd for 9.5. A good opening play sets up Arizona close to the 40-yard line as we introduce you to the rest of that Arizona offense. It's DJ Moses, the tailback, with Justin Williams, the fullback. TJ Punk, Ryan Orlovsky, and the Hands brothers, Donnie and James, are the wideouts. Will Todd, as you saw there, is the tight end alongside Thomas Leclerc. On the line, we'll get to in a second as they create a nice hole for the fullback, Justin Williams, to scamper through. Sean Crooked, EJ DeQ, Patrick Kelly, Gene Benazzi, and Igor Barbatov. That is your Arizona starters for on offense. Offset single back here on 1st and 10 after the first down pickup from the fullback. Williams pass middle. Todd again on 1st down, and this time instead of 9.5 gains about 11.
Good job by Jackson getting back in the pocket, getting through her progressions and finding that open receiver, really getting into a good rhythm here early in this drive.
Take a look again, that short crossing route on every other play here to begin the drive has really opened up that defense just a little bit. They're not prepared for it, going more man-to-man than they are zone, which might help with that later on in the ball game. 3 wide now here for Jackson as she is under center. Delayed handoff. Moses with the give up the gut, taken down by John Osiris and company, as Maurice Lloyd is our first casualty of the evening. Unfortunately for Arizona, the middle linebacker goes down.
And that is not good for the Fury. When your inside linebacker goes down and you have a tough matchup, Justin Williams with 11 rushing touchdowns on the season, DJ Moses approaching 800 yards on the ground this season. So a good running game for the Scorpions, and for the Fury to lose their linebacker right now, that's not good.
She's second in tackles on Las Vegas's defense coming into the night with 47. Unfortunately, she'll exit the ball game for the time being. Moses with a nice spin move and bullying himself into Max Jackson for a first down for the Scorpions.
And Vegas has been coming out in a bunch of nickel looks here, Tyler, and so they're electing to go with speed on the field. And again, I think Arizona's going to look to try to use the running game to their advantage. And so if Arizona's going to go with speed, if Las Vegas is going to go with speed on defense, they're going to need their players to step up and make tackles in the open field.
Empty backfield. This looks like a passing formation as Jackson goes under center and sends Donnie Hands in motion. Four-man rush, pass over the middle. That is caught by Donnie Hands, who came over on the motion. Good little go route. Gets him closer to the goal line. It's first and goal.
And a beautiful throw from Ashley Jackson here. Throws it in between two defensive backs. Great spot on the throw, and great catch from the receiver, knowing that he's going to take a hit from the safety there. And just a great throw by Ashley Jackson.
So from the 9-yard line come the Scorpions. On the opening possession of the ball game, Moses with the give up the middle, only a gain of about 2, and there's Osiris for another tackle. Osiris already with 3 in the ball game. Osiris and Jackson leading the way here at the moment for the Vegas defense. Jackson, corner, caught, touchdown in double coverage. It's the man who started the drive, tight end Will Todd.
And a beautiful route there, getting to the corner, using the size and weight to his advantage on the linebacker, pinned him on his hip, and then just jumps up and gets it and scores the first points of the ball game. Absolutely a perfection drive there from the Arizona Scorpions.
He bookends the drive, had 3 total receptions en route to getting Arizona the opening score as JT Delaney kicks up and good, and it's an early 7-0 lead for Arizona on an 8-play, 73-yard drive, which took just under 3 minutes to open up proceedings here in Las Vegas.
Arizona looking like a well-coached team on that drive. They came out and just worked their way down the field perfectly. I think Vegas needs to, that was a gut check moment for them. I think they need to respond well here on their first drive. They need to show some positive momentum on offense as well.
Come on the return. They'll get all the way up to the 31-yard line. Prince Wonder on the return does a spectacular job to give Eric Price fantastic field position for his first drive under center for the Fury. Last week, Price here at home, just over 50% completions, 2 touchdowns, and kept it clean, no interceptions in the loss. Be looking to continue a solid opening to the campaign here as he hands off for the first time tonight. They try to go near side with the league's leading rusher in carries, that being Hubba Kimbrell. So we take a look at the rest of the Vegas offense. Of course, we just mentioned Hubba Kimbrell, the tailback, with Brad Taylor, right the fullback. Doug Britton, Prince Wonder, Jacob Morrison, Alice Itera, Mason Kirby, and Barney Burner are the wideouts, with John Blades, Ron O'MacDonos at tight end. On the line, it's Sam Yeager and over yonder, as the give on the second straight play goes to Kimbrell, and there's Eddie Gage, both there at the head coaching spot and on the field at safety, taking down Kimbrell.
And that's what Arizona's going to have to do as well. Las Vegas wants to ground and pound, use Hubba Kimbrell to their advantage. So Arizona is going to have the same task that the Fury had, which is make these open field tackles. And so far, Arizona's been up to the challenge.
Bunch set far side. Price's first pass of the game goes in that direction. They flood the field and get it to midfield. Morrison hauls it in for a gain of 19.
And Morrison is 6th in the SFL right now in average yards per reception. And another explosive play for this young player for the Fury. And it's nice to see these young players getting out there on the field and making these explosive plays. That was a huge third down conversion for Las Vegas to keep their offensive drive alive.
We talked at the beginning of the broadcast, just in our broadcast meeting here, Hacker, about home run ability by some of these wide receivers on the field today. Morrison averages 24 yards a catch. And like you said, 6th in the league coming into week 8. Blitz coming. Price. Middle deflected away. And something we'll see quite often tonight. Sean Moore with the deflection. Both these teams tied in the SFL, right around 27 passing deflections for both defenses. Both defenses love getting in the way of passing lanes. We saw there from Moore. We'll touch on the rest of that Arizona defense of starting lineup here in just a moment. On motion is the tight end Blades. One man in the backfield here for Price on 2nd down. Pass caught with room to run after breaking a tackle. Goes Doug Britton inside the 30-yard line.
Well, okay, there's that spark of life for this Fury offense. It's definitely looking like it's going to be a competitive game. If they can continue to break these tackles, these receivers can continue to break tackles and get these explosive yak plays. That's an absolutely huge recipe for their chances to win here in this ball game. And so we'll see if they can keep that up throughout the course of this ball game.
Good catch and run for Britton. Here from the 27. Vegas handoff up the middle. Kimbrell, and Kimbrell's having all sorts of trouble early on in this football game. Lawless with a tackle, and let's finally touch on the Scorpion defense. D.D. Sachs, Hunter Norwood, David Tilley, and Alex Constantine are the linemen, with Nathaniel Diggs, Sean Moore, and J.R. Lawless the linebackers. Everett Garrison, Ricky Robinson, Parker Thomas, and Zachary Hamburger are the corners, with Iverson Gamble and Eddie Gage at safety as the pass comes near side, near the numbers. Ball is knocked out of the air. We might get a PI on the defense. Indeed we do.
Yeah, it looked really close. Yeah, sorry, Tyler. They looked really close, and I think we'll get a better shot at it here. Yeah, maybe a little too aggressive there. I don't fault the referee at all for throwing the flag out there on that one at all. Good look at it right there, 3-4 yards away from the play.
And it can look, especially from certain camera angles, partner, that it looked like a real bang play, but when you take a really close look at it and get the right camera angle, indeed the referee made the right call. 4:43 to go here in the first quarter here from Silver State Stadium in Las Vegas. Kimbrell gets the give, his best run of the night, as he gets to around the 10-yard line. Gamble comes up with the stop, and it's 2nd and 3.
Really good opportunity for the Fury offense here to get creative. You can go with something kind of aggressive here, and it may not hurt you. We'll see what they do.
8 men in the box here for the Scorpions, as Las Vegas line up in a 2 tight end I formation. We'll try and go up the gut with Kimbrell, and Kimbrell still fighting, will get the first. Lawless had the better of him early on the drive, but now Kimbrell's wheels start a-turning.
And Las Vegas is responding in a huge way, keeping their drive alive. 3 more opportunities to get 6 points on the board.
Now they come out in a goal line I and try and stretch it right side. Kimbrell behind his blockers, looking for extra room, taken down by Sean Moore. Maybe a yard or 2 on the give to Kimbrell.
Man, this Scorpions front 7 is playing tough right now. They are not allowing any good running lanes for this Fury rushing attack.
Same formation for Las Vegas. Now Arizona will come out in a goal line defense. Up the gut they go again with Kimbrell. Kimbrell and Lawless at it again, and Lawless denies Kimbrell a touchdown.
And they just need one more stop now. One more stop from about the half-yard line. And we'll see if this front seven of the Scorpions can get in there and make a play. Maybe somebody from the defensive backfield steps up here from the safety spot and makes a big play for the Scorpions.
Lawless has done an excellent job trying to contain Kimbrell tonight. That's a matchup we'll be looking for all night. Handoff from the setback. Diving Kimbrell can't get it. Sean Moore this time comes up with a crucial goal line stop. You won't see any better than that.
And Vegas had the drive. They were moving down the field, had 3 opportunities within the 5-yard line, and that's a huge, huge defensive stand from the Scorpions. You don't see that every day this early in a ball game.
Nothing more than a chip shot, 18 yards up. Kick is up and good from Matt Rage. But wow, massive credit to Arizona on defense from denying them at the goal line. As the score becomes 7-3, Scorpions still in the lead. If you're new to the Simulation Football League, welcome. The SFL is football for everyone. Get off the sideline and start your player today by joining our Discord server at simulationfl.net. Click the Join the Community button to begin your career, or just to meet the stars of the SFL on and off the field. It's never too late to get involved, but not like that. Don't want to use a blatant face mask on the return. That's going to add a few extra yards to the return, and instead of starting way back near the 20, the ball will be placed at the 33.
Small mistakes like that can cost you a ball game. You know, giving your opponent extra free yards is an easy recipe to put yourself on the losing side of the scoreboard.
5 wide receivers here for Arizona, and now they'll overload the right-hand side of the offense. 4-man rush for Vegas. Jackson looking underneath, caught for a gain of about 7 to James Hands. And it's good to see the Hands brothers back in the SFL after a season or 2 off.
Absolutely, and they're an explosive duo, and really have been a great weapon, 2 weapons there for Ashley Jackson in her career here with Arizona.
Split backfield. Now here for Ashley Jackson. Handoff middle, and the fullback, Williams, gets involved again. We were talking also pregame, partner, about it's Moses who gets the yards, but Williams will finish off the drive.
Yeah, and it seems like they do prefer to use Moses between the 20s, and then once they get near the 10, 15-yard line, it seems like Williams somehow gets the majority of the carries there.
Moses 3-yard pickup here as we introduce you to that Vegas defense. Frank Stackhouse, A.K. Jones, Anthony Stover are the defensive linemen. Luke Swift, Logan Thornburg, Joan Osiris are the linebackers. Maurice Lloyd went out earlier in the ballgame with an injury. We'll get you an update on her condition here soon. Anthony Wyo, Andre Tucker, Merrick Itera, and Justin Reside are the corners, with Mike Jones and Max Jackson at safety. Moses on the give, tried to bounce out of a tackle, but is eventually finished off by Osiris. They'll mark him about a half a yard shy. Here's a 3rd and short. Can the Vegas defense imitate their counterparts on the other sideline and come up with a short yardage stop? Handoff. Williams, no dice. Osiris there after maybe a scamper of about 4.5, but Williams on back-to-back short yardage plays gets the job done.
Yeah, and really turning to the power back of the duo to get these short yardage situations. Great play selection from the offensive coordinator so far in this first quarter.
Half a second separates game clock and play clock. This might be the final play of the quarter. Pass middle tip, and coming down with it, Will Todd! That is a fantastic grab!
And the benefits of being a big, tall receiver out there is you get to sometimes see over the top of other players, and that ball was tipped off the hands of the defender and right into the hands of the receiver. And very, very lucky there. Arizona was able to come away with that one because it was right in the hands of the defender who just couldn't catch it.
Out of the first quarter with our nice hands catch the game. We'll talk about more of that in a second. For now, Arizona 7, Vegas 3 here from Las Vegas. You're watching the SFL. Back to that catch from Will Todd. That's our nice hands catch the ball game, brought to you by Retroid. Put a Retroid handheld in your hands and play the only video game with your player in it. SFL 4K23, just like Will Todd. You can't teach that. You can't coach that. That's excellent hand-eye coordination. Here comes Moses on the give, out of one tackle, but eventually taken down by Justin Reside and company after a pickup of 4.
And I think those kinds of runs are going to be the difference of this ball game. If you can keep that average up to about 4 yards, 5 yards a carry, I think Arizona is going to find themselves in the driver's seat majority of this ball game.
Offside eye behind Jackson as Las Vegas will cram the box with 8 defenders in said box. Try and go up the middle and nothing doing. Maybe a yard all told. That'll bring up 3rd down as Osiris has been a tackling machine this evening. 6 total tackles. Next closest is Max Jackson with 4. Rollout, Ashley Jackson looking middle, caught! Touchdown! James Hands, a lightning strike from Jackson to Hands extends the Arizona lead.
And I think that was a statement drive for the Scorpions. They said, we're not going to let up at all. We need to respond. We just had a huge defensive stand on the goal line, and now we need to capitalize and really go for the throat here of the Fury early and really take out, try to take them out of this ball game, take out their will to live, so to speak. And I think that was the perfect drive to do so. Arizona's doing a great job right now putting pressure on Las Vegas at home. And we'll see how Vegas responds. I mean, this is a big moment for Las Vegas. They need to get down the field and at least get a field goal right here, or this game could get away from them. Arizona right now is looking really unstoppable.
2nd touchdown of the season, 65th on James Hands' career, and it's now 14-3 Arizona. For all the league highlights, photo galleries, major and minor league stats and leaderboards, community content, and so much more, check out the league website at simulationfl.net, presented by Football Shift. Stay up to date and explore our past, present, and future. A special thanks to our statisticians as well tonight. Well, it's an all-star crew. We could technically do a quadcast. My boss, Mike Daggs, and my former boss in Louisiana, Gerald Smith, in the stat truck tonight. Thank you, gentlemen, for all your hard work this evening. Handoff, Kimbrell going nowhere. Kimbrell is having a very rough time against these linebackers as we go back to SFL headquarters for our first game break of the evening. Cam, over to you.
Thank you, Tyler. Seattle looking green tonight, and they have a 7-point lead in the second quarter. It's a low-scoring ball game, 10-3 right now. Nemesis on top by 7. Back to you in Vegas.
Thank you, Cam. Here is Kimbrell on the give here on 2nd down. Kimbrell meets up with Eddie Gage for a pickup of 4. That'll bring up 3rd down. Back to the line they come, down by 11. Just starting out here in the second quarter. Still plenty of time to keep running their offense. Blitz coming. Price, dump off over the middle, caught at the sticks. They will give Jacob Morrison the 1st down meanwhile.
Yeah, great composure there from Eric Price, seeing that the blitz was coming, focused on his receiver, felt the pressure, and got rid of the ball and let his receiver make the play, just getting past the 1st down marker.
It's one of the hardest routes to defend, a stop route, when you think the wide receiver is going deep. And they just plant their feet and turn. You have to be ready for it as they give middle Kimbrell. Unfortunately for Hubba, same song and dance from this Arizona defense. Stuffs him at the line.
Yeah, 11th carry of the ball game now, and just Vegas is going to continue to go with that. They've shown that they want to use Kimbrel in a heavy volume, and they're going to go with that. They're going to take those negative yards, those iffy plays, so that they can get those kind of 4 or 5 yard plays to go along right behind it.
12th carry for Kimbrel this evening. That one's a much better one than the one on first down. That's a pickup of 7, and he finally eclipses the 2 yards per carry mark on the evening. Here comes 3rd down, as Arizona will try and overload the far side of the field with their defense. Blitz coming from that direction. Price middle, open is the receiver for another first down. That one finds Doug Britton.
And again, the Fury are showing a willingness to respond, that they had the potential and the play calling set to move down the field themselves, but they just can't stall out. Tyler, when they get down to the end zone like that, they got to find a way to punch that one in, because their offense looks up to the task right now as well.
Wide. You're under 6.5 to go. Here's a handoff up the middle. It's the fullback, Brad Taylor Wright. And right now, that middle of the field for the running game, it's hit or miss. And more often than not, it's missing right now.
Yeah, Arizona is a very, very stout front seven, and they're making the Fury earn every yard here in this ballgame.
See if they try and mix things up a little bit in the running game. Right now, 5-man rush. Floater over the middle, incomplete. Just a little bit too much touch on the ball from Price, and it brings up 3rd and 10.
And looking the way of Mason Kirby, I like the target there. That's a big play waiting to happen. So smart decision from Price, trying to look his way, just couldn't squeeze it in there.
They have to get past the 42-yard line of Vegas to convert here on 3rd down. They're 3 of 4 this evening. Rice, middle, caught. No. Incomplete. Kirby had it, but the hit from Parker Thomas jars the ball free, and Las Vegas are going to have to trot out Dustin McRack in the punting unit.
And again, good coverage there. The Scorpions defense stepping up when their team needs it, and now going to give the ball back to the red-hot Scorpions offense.
McRack, a former all-star punter, gets this one away. No fair catch called for at the 22, and paying for it dearly is Ryan Orlovsky on maybe a 1-yard return. No further. Out comes the Arizona offense. 2 drives, Steven, 2 touchdowns. Things look good for this Arizona offense.
Definitely look like the game plan is working out for them right now. They ate their Wheaties and they're firing on all cylinders, all the cliches right now, Tyler. All the puns, all the good stuff.
Pitch play near side for Moses. Got 2 wide receivers blocking out there, but excellent job from Merrick Itera jumping off his block to get to Moses.
And again, that's what Vegas is going to need to do. Open field tackling is going to be key to them. They need to bring the ball carrier down on first contact in this ball game.
Wide receiver tight on the line. To the right side of the offensive line, they'll hand off after the shift from the fullback, and Moses was untouched until he got past the sticks. First down, Scorps.
And untouched for 5 or 6 yards, and that's a testament to the offensive line doing the work there in the trenches, and that's why you pay these offensive linemen, so that your quarterback and your running back and your weapons have the time to make plays.
Mike Daggs from the truck says Wheaties are gross. He doesn't like your Wheaties reference there, Hacker. I prefer Frosted Flakes myself, but to each their own, eh? 4:40 to go here in quarter number 2. Moses through the middle, had to shimmy his way through. Eventually gets taken down by the backup middle linebacker for a gain of only 1.
So Mike strikes me as a Cheerios person, not the Honey Nut Cheerios, just like plain Jane Cheerios. Not gonna back you up on that? No?
Let the great cereal debate begin. Handoff Moses. First time he got touched behind the line for a long time as the defense starts to swarm in on this running game. Again led by the linebacker. Only another gain of 1, and that brings up 3rd and long. We haven't seen this too much tonight, Hacker. A 3rd and long for Arizona's offense.
Yeah, a strange situation for them to be in, but looks like they've got the correct formation out there, and we'll see how they convert, if they can convert.
It's only the third down of the ball game for Arizona. Pass just a touch high, intended for Donnie Hands. And now it's dueling punts, and for the first time on a drive in the ball game, Arizona will not come away with points.
Yeah, up to that point, looking extremely crisp to start this game. The first misstep in the ball game for the Scorpions. Las Vegas needs to find a way to respond. They've got plenty of time before halftime to get some points on the board.
Punt is away. Here comes Las Vegas. And back deep to return. Britton is the one to do it. He brings it all the way up to the 32-yard line. In response to Cheerios, Wheaties, Frosted Flakes, it's Cocoa Puffs for hashtag throw it to the tight end Mike Deggs. How about that?
So if he likes Cocoa Puffs, then I have a question. Do you pour in enough milk so that at the end the milk is kind of the chocolatey milk, and then do you drink that, or do you just pour just enough milk that you can eat the cereal and it's kind of dry?
That's a question, I think. Not just for Dags, but yeah, there you go. He drinks the chocolate milk. I think that's A-okay in my book. Hey, Hack?
That's the way to do it. If Cocoa Puffs are the way, then that's the way to do it.
There you go. Handoff Kimbrell through the middle. Out of 1 tackle, but no further. Gamble and Thomas in on the tackle. And it's going to be a battle in these trenches, Steven, for this running game, as we've seen so far all night tonight.
Yeah, it's been extremely difficult for them to get anything really going, aside from here and there getting a nice little 5 or 6 yard gain.
Comes Kimbrell on the outside, breaks a tackle, gets a block, but here comes Gamble to seal the edge. Kimbrell, if Gamble wasn't there, we've seen Kimbrell break off a couple of big runs this season, but not here.
Yeah, and once he gets going, once he gets up to that full head of steam, he can break off some big plays. He just kind of takes him a little bit of time to get there.
There's Kimbrell again up the middle off the split back route. It's a first down carry. Nathaniel Diggs there to greet him at the logo. Just approaching the 2-minute warning. Now here from Vegas, delayed handoff up the middle. Kimbrell, nothing doing. He will lose yards on the tackle from Sean Moore.
And the difference in philosophy tonight, Arizona's bringing extra men down into the box to try to help with the run game, and we've hardly even seen a base 4-3 set from the Fury on the defensive side. So a little bit of a different commitment to the running, to stop the run in this game from each side.
Kimbrell 2 yards in a cloud of dust. Diggs there on the stop as we hit the 2-minute warning here from Silver State Stadium in Las Vegas. It's 14-3. Arizona on top. Vegas with the football. You're watching Week 8 of the Simulation Football League on YouTube. Two minutes to go in quarter number 2. Eric Price under center here for the Las Vegas Fury. 5-6-man rush here from Arizona into double coverage. Britton is there near the 40-yard line. That'll move the chains. First down, Vegas.
And you're in a conservative in terms of trying to stop the pass, but then you send a six-man blitz whenever the offense is in an obvious passing situation. So if the blitz didn't hit home, the offense had a pretty easy pitch and catch, and that's what you saw there. Easy first down for the Fury.
Well, flex look out of the tight ends on the line to the right. They run in the opposite direction with Kimbrel, and he runs right into Nathaniel Diggs, who was guarding that outside. It seems like they want Kimbrel to try and make a play, but this defense is corralling him quite nicely, their partner.
Yeah, it seems like that was the primary focus of the Scorpions game plan this week.
And middle, nothing doing. They try and end around with Prince Wonder, and it gets blown up before that play even had a chance to get going.
And that was mean. It's like running into a brick wall. The receiver just had nowhere to go as the defensive tackle was there in the backfield right as he got the ball and was just absolutely stonewalled.
Now they come out with 5 wide on 3rd down and the width of the Las Vegas Strip to go. Five-man rush pass left side, just a bit too far for Doug Britton, and that will end the drive.
And some of those home run explosive plays, now that the law of averages kind of catching up with the Fury, as early in the first quarter, some of those big plays were hitting home. And it looks like Vegas is going to go aggressive here. Tyler, roll the dice on 4th down.
4th and 11 from the 41-yard line. This is gutsy. What do Vegas have up their sleeve? Blitz coming, pass, caught, short of the line to gain. Kirby on the tackle, but tackled by Zachary Hamburger, the rookie out of Lincoln.
Yeah, and that's a big player out there, and you see Mason Kirby running around. He's right in front of you. You know he can break the tackle, but it's a great job by the rookie to put the helmet right there between the numbers and drive him down to the ground.
And it's good coaching, too. You have a chance to make a play. Either you play the ball or you play the receiver. Knowing that the sticks are behind him, he showed great poise, great composure to take down the receiver, Kirby, before he had a chance to make a play instead of going for the pick. That's a smart play. 1:05 to go here for Arizona here in the second quarter. Moses gets the call, bounces out of a tackle, but then is dropped after a pickup of 4.
I think Arizona's. Go ahead, Tyler.
I was just going to say, it seems like Arizona's content with running out this clock. Go ahead.
That was exactly my point. That they're not going to show any urgency here with an 11-point lead here with only under a minute to go before halftime. I think they're just going to try to grind this thing out and go into the tunnels.
Las Vegas does get the ball to start the second half, and off Williams, the fullback, gains a few more, but that might be the end of the half with that play call there.
Yeah, that punt from Arizona to Vegas just then before half, I think Vegas might look back at that one at the end of this game and think that was a good opportunity for them to get points before the half, and then they would have got the ball back coming out of the break. But unfortunately, they weren't able to get anything out of that one. So their halftime pep talk's going to need to be really good because they got a huge mountain to climb coming out in the second half.
Arizona did try to run one more play. They did pick up a first down, but that will bring an end to the half here from Silver State Stadium in Las Vegas. 14-3. It's the away team, Steven, that has the lead in this ball game. Arizona 14, Las Vegas 3, and that would be the first time, if the score line holds as it is, the first time in this matchup history since Season 18, all the way back on January 30th of 2022 in Season 18, when Las Vegas beat Arizona on the road by a point.
Yeah, and that just goes to show, what kind of advantage these teams hold at home. They play each other a lot. They're very familiar with one another, and it seems to be that the crowd does play a factor in these ball games. But apparently tonight here, this rushing attack from Arizona has been quite effective, and it's put Ashley Jackson in a really, really good position where she can just kind of manage her throws. Everything she's done has been pretty safe, but it's worked very well for them. They've moved the ball effectively down the field. So I think a lot of that is due to their rushing attack. They kind of started the game throwing the ball a little bit, and I think they kind of settled back into what they do best this season, which is run the ball, run the football. And I think for Vegas, they tried to establish some of the same things, but their home run potential hasn't been hitting home yet, and it hasn't resulted in any points on the board for them.
We'll see if that changes coming out of the halftime break. As Arizona kicks it off to Vegas as the second half is underway. From out the 5-yard line, here comes the return man for Las Vegas, up to about 36. A solid return from Jacob Morrison. And if you're liking the game so far, please smash that like button and subscribe to the channel if you have not already. The SFL produces over 400 events a year. There is no one else that gives you more football. Don't miss a minute of SFL or SFLM action and help the channel grow through your support. Tyler Falk and Stephen Hacker in the booth. Special thanks to Mike Daggs and Gerald Smith in the stats truck. And of course, SFL Commissioner Cameron Irvine back at headquarters, producing each and every one of these games. Well, I don't think Mike's going to be able to take stats anymore. Apparently, he broke his monitor, smashing the like button too hard. Pass caught, nearly caught. Looking for John Blades. Price took a shot as they released the ball.
I have a hard time believing the SFL's director of broadcasting doesn't have a second monitor somewhere around, so you're not getting out of it that easy, Mike. Get back to work, my friend.
He's got to have at least 3 or 4.
At least 3 or 4. At least.
Surely.
Easily. In that mansion? Easily.
Surely. And we've seen the mansion. We know what it looks like. The director of broadcasting doing stats. Pulling a couple extra duties as here comes Kimbrell on the right side. Eddie Gage is there. Kimbrell looks gassed. Hacker. He was trying to get to the corner, but just couldn't get there. One of his best runs of the day, however. That ties his long of the night.
Yeah, and you had just about 20 carries in the first half, and coming out and continuing to carry the load here coming into the second. It's a tough season. You're halfway through it, and you're leading the SFL in carries right now, and sometimes that can weigh on you as a player.
Roll out right. Price over the top. He will find Blades this time, who got behind the linebackers on the zone, and that's a first down for Vegas.
And good life for Vegas coming out of the tunnels, and that's what they need. They need some offense here. They need to put some points on the board to put the pressure back on Arizona a little bit to show that they can get back into this ballgame.
So a couple of passing plays to begin this drive. Now across midfield. They come up with. Run for the second time in the drive. Campbell gets out of a couple blocks. This looks much better from Humba as he goes up to about the 21-yard line. Easily the best run of the night.
Yeah, and that's great that again Vegas is gonna continue to trust that Kimbrell has that potential to break out a big play, and they're gonna feed him carries until they get those explosive plays, and they're gonna matriculate their way down the field to score the points. And sometimes it's a slow burn. You have to just keep trying and keep trying and keep trying, but they got the result there.
22 yards on the carry from Kimbrell. After 22 yards, they're on the 22-yard line. Pass right side, Blades. Incomplete. It's a little bit of, I can catch a pass. And unfortunately, due to the pressure, that's now the second drop from Blades on this drive.
Yeah, and maybe Price is going to start looking elsewhere now. Maybe losing a little bit of confidence and might start looking at other receivers.
Let's tight end look. Pass deflected at the line. D.D. Sachs got up there in a hurry into the air to knock that one aside.
And I don't know, if I'm Eric Price right now, I'm thinking, what do I have to do? Now I'm looking off my receiver who's kind of has some ice hands right now, or some stone hands, and now I'm trying to throw elsewhere. Now they got defensive linemen jumping up, knocking the ball down. Do I need to run it? What do I got to do here?
We'll see what he draws up here on third down. Bunch set to his right. Blitz coming from up the middle. He'll roll to his right. Price looking for the flood. That's caught by Morrison. That play has worked on a couple of big third downs for Las Vegas. They flood the right-hand side of the field on the rollout, and it connects again.
and looking really comfortable in that rollout too. And that's what that's a huge confidence builder for your offense. And it's just a great play design that they're using, and they're exploiting that against the Scorpions defense.
So now it is 1st and goal for Vegas. Last time they were here, they were stopped on the goal line and had to settle for a field goal. Handoff up the middle. Kimbrell denied again. Diggs with the tackle. They just cannot find the end zone tonight.
And Arizona's defense just has no quit in them. They're fighting tooth and nail to the bitter end. Look at that spot on the field. They are allowing nothing. They are giving up the minimal amount of yards every play.
Smash mouth football, 7:30 to go. They go again with Kimbrell up the middle. Kimbrell denied by Sean Moore. He might have even gone backward a yard. Instead, no, touchdown.
Oh, man. I thought that was another stop with the way their defense has been playing, Tyler. But Kimbrell's going to get the nod from the sideline. And, of course, yeah, there it is, a challenge flag from Arizona coming in there, Tyler.
Sean Moore's tackle is too good to not take a second look at it. I don't blame Eddie Gage for throwing the flag just to take a look at that hit as we take a retroactive look at the play presented by Retroid. Get your SFL console at goretroid.com. This one might be coming back.
Tyler, my first, I think everyone's first initial glance at it was he was stopped at the goal line, but we'll see what the referees go with here.
And indeed, Arizona gets the call. It'll be 3rd and inches again for the 3rd straight play.
And just I am thoroughly, extremely impressed with the Scorpions defense, run defense right now. Their run defense has been amazing in this game.
I formation with one wide receiver, a wrinkle from the last 2 plays. 3rd and goal from the half-yard line. They still try and run with Kimbrell. This time he connects. Touchdown, Las Vegas. It's like banging your head against a brick wall. Finally, the wall has to give.
And Kimbrell with the extra emphasis with the jump in the air, kicking those feet to make sure he got over the goal line, through past any defender, wanting to get in the end zone to get the Fury back into this game, as he's been fighting his tail off the entire way. And now I'm sure he's happy to be getting a pat on the shoulder pad from scoring the touchdown, getting the Scorpions within 1 score. I'm sorry, getting the Fury within 1 score.
Here comes Matt Ray to tack home the extra point. If first you don't succeed, try a few more times, and eventually it will come through, and eventually Hubba will find the end zone. 14-10. Vegas cut it to within 4 once more. Now available free to download, you can play the SFL video game on the go with the Retroid Pocket 3 Plus, an emulator for 4K 23 right in the palm of your hand. Order your Retroid today at goretroid.com. But hold on just a moment. Before you do that, take a look at a spectacular return from Arlovsky. But unless you want to make plays like that on your own SFL console, the Retroid Pocket 3 Plus, order yours today at goretroid.com, search SFL, and download our mod at simulationfl.net/4K23. Retroid, the official console of the SFL. So after 2 drives to open up the ball game for Arizona that ended in touchdowns, punt, and then the end of the half for the Scorpions, can they come out in this second half the way they started the ball game? Trips now to Jackson's left. From the 36-yard line, they will run with Moses through the middle, through 1 tackler, but not the second, a pickup of 4 as we go back to Seattle and Cameron Irvine from a game break. Cam.
Thank you, Tyler. Another good late block here tonight. Hunter McWaffle with more yards on this run than he had in the entire first half. Seattle had a 10-3 deficit at the break, or a 10-3 advantage at the break, rather. They are now trailing 17-10, but Seattle's back in the red zone as they go back and forth in Washington. Back to you in Vegas.
Thank you, Cam. And here's the big, beefy fullback, Brad Taylor Wright. And the former Navigator picks up the first down.
And just doing what he does best, lowering his shoulder and fighting for those extra yards and just grinding down the field 5 yards at a time.
Solid couple of plays to begin the drive. Can it continue? Delayed handoff. Here for Moses. That picks up about 6. Tackled there by the backup linebacker, unfortunately. It looks like Maurice Lloyd will not be returning to the football game after she went out on an injury way back early on in the first quarter on the first drive of the ball game. Offset eye behind Jackson, and Williams gets the call here on second and medium, and Williams this time only is able to grab 2 yards. It's third and short.
And a good opportunity for Las Vegas to make a nice defensive stand. I think Arizona has shown that in this particular situation, they're going to run the football. So if I'm the Fury, I'm loading the box, trying to commit to the run here.
Do they go back to the ground game, or do they try and find TJ Punk, who's the man in motion on the far side? He's got nothing but space. Instead, they go up the gut with Moses, and that works just as well near the 40-yard line. First down, Arizona.
Formation-wise, Arizona had the helmet count, had the lead there, had a better formation for what they were trying to do, running the football. And so, again, Vegas shows that they want to put speed on the field versus strength.
And Moses, 2 yards gained. Osiris there on yet another stop. He's tied with Sean Moore is John Osiris in terms of total tackles tonight with 8. Handoff through the middle. Moses taken down by Max Jackson, who is the second in tackles for Las Vegas this evening. One big thing here, Steven, is Vegas have not been able to get too much pressure behind the line of scrimmage on defense. Big third down. Here they come. Pass over the near side. That one is hauled in by Donnie Hands at the 20-yard line. Probably marked inside the 20. There's first down in the red zone.
Yeah, and he quiets the crowd and immediately goes to taunting, throwing the hand to the ear, saying, "Where are you guys at? I don't hear the cheering now." And Arizona looks primed to get down the field and score some more points here. Now 4 of 6 on their third down conversions.
That's only Ash Jackson's 9th pass of the ball game. Only 1 incompletion. Hand off Moses this time left side, but the Vegas defense is there. Insufferable. Itera finishes off Moses.
That's a great start for them. If they can hold the Scorpions to 3 points here, that's huge for their game script moving forward.
Blitz coming. Pass near side. Caught. Hands got behind one defender and then falls into the end zone. Touchdown, James Hands. His 3rd touchdown of the season, 2nd of the game.
And just absolutely denying any opportunity right now for Las Vegas to find their way back into this ball game. The extra lunge there at the goal line to make sure he got into the end zone was absolutely fantastic. You love to see that extra effort from your wide receivers, that toughness out there on the ball field.
Hands now ties Buchanan Simons' tally of 66 total touchdowns in their respective careers at 21st all time. And a hat trick is on its way for James Hands. Kick is up and good. And it's now 21-10. Las Vegas cut the lead back on their previous drive. Now they're going to have to do the same exact thing here on this ensuing drive. Here comes the return from just inside the 10-yard line. Here comes Morrison on a one tackle. Eventually wrapped up by David Tilley at the 33-yard line. I've been impressed here, Steven. Not a whole lot of flags, not a whole lot of mistakes. Both teams playing a fairly clean ball game.
It really has been, you know, a punt here and there, and I mean, but both teams have done a really good job managing the ball and getting their, you know, finding their way down the field. It was just, you know, Arizona's goal line stand has really been a big difference in this game. It's the difference in it being a 7-point game versus this 11-point game.
Eric Price, 8 of 15, 53% completion percentage. That's just about the same as his season average as well. Handoff Kimball right side out of 2 tackles. And finally brought down by Moore. 8-yard gain. It seems like this running game has started to click. And we've been seeing longer and longer runs here by Kimball.
Maybe starting to wear down the Scorpions defense with these repeated carries there, you know, just slightly inside the tackles, maybe a hair off tackle, and just continuing to put the front 7 of the Scorpions to test. They're going to continue to pound Kimbrell up the middle until they get a crack.
Go back in motion. They'll run in that direction as Kimbrell gets launched back to the turf by J.R. Lawless after a pickup of a couple. Third and short. Arizona's defense has been dynamite in these type of situations. This is Las Vegas' 12th third down of the ball game, and they convert on it. Now 9 of 12 on third down tonight.
And that's a credit to both of these offensive coordinators, Tyler. They're putting their offenses in positions to convert, and they're putting the players on the field in position to do what they're doing best. And it's been a great football game to watch here tonight, Tyler.
Right out's right hand off. Kimbrell, nothing doing. Hunter Norwood goes a-hunting for Kimbrell. That's a 3-yard loss, and that is something that Arizona has done superbly tonight. That's now their 5th tackle for loss, while Las Vegas' defense has nothing.
And it looked like the pulling offensive lineman either missed the defensive tackle, or I can't tell if he missed the defensive tackle or if Kimbrell misread the play.
Kimbrell near side. Tried to stiff arm a man, but Everett Garrison says no dice. 2-yard pickup, 3rd and long upcoming. They'll try out a bunch look to the right side of the offense. Roll out. Price looking for Morrison. Got it! 32-yard line, first down. Las Vegas, they convert on 3rd down again.
And I could hear Eddie Gage up here in the booth hollering out, "It's the flood, it's the flood." And you could see him trying to react to the play, but you know, again, it's just this execution from Vegas on that play. It's like they found something that works inside of this Scorpions defense, and they're just continuing to go to that well when they need it.
They're 4 of 5 on 3rd downs here in the quarter. Make that 5 of 5 on 3rd downs here in the quarter. Handoff. This is the fullback this time, Brad Taylor Wright. He'll pick up a couple more yards.
And I think that's just an opportunity for Las Vegas to try to keep Arizona's defense honest, They don't want them keying in on Hubba Kimbrell too much. If their eyes follow Kimbrell, they're going to trend away from that play. So good job by the Scorpions defense staying honest there and limiting that to only a 2-yard gain.
Final play of the quarter is a give to Kimbrell through the middle, fighting off of Gamble and picking up the first down. And that will bring an exciting conclusion here to the quarter.
Yeah, and really just it highlights the effort there in the trenches from both these teams. That's really where the action's been all game long.
Fourth quarter on its way, 21-10, Scorpions over Fury. You're watching the SFL on YouTube. Over to Curtis to tell you what our rights are.
Of the Simulation Football League is intended for the private use of our audience. Any rebroadcast, retransmission, or account of the game without the express written consent of the league office is prohibited.
Welcome back to Silver State Stadium here in Las Vegas, Nevada. Tyler Falk and Stephen Hacker on the call. Mike Daggs and Gerald Smith in the stats truck, and the SFL Commissioner Cameron Irvine is our producer. We'll welcome you back for the fourth and final quarter of the ball game. Handoff, pass, middle, Blades, first and goal. Vegas, they have been dynamite in this second half. Nothing has slowed down the Vegas offense.
Yeah, and Price has looked really sharp whenever Arizona brings extra help with pressure. And that time it was an easy throw. Probably the easiest throw of the night that Eric Price is going to see. And it's just easy moving the chains for them now, well inside the red zone, and another great scoring opportunity for the Fury.
He's 2 for 2 on the drive passing. Goes back to the ground, handoff, Kimbrell left side, fights off Gamble and into the end zone. Touchdown, Hubba Kimbrell, and here come the Vegas Fury.
Man, and that was too easy. When Hubba Kimbrell has 7 yards of steam behind him, that's impossible to bring him down. Watch him just slightly dip that shoulder and just shrugs off the defender on his way into the end zone. A great run there from a good power back.
5 points separates Arizona and Vegas. Kimbrell now with 100 yards and 2 scores. The extra point to make it back to a 4-point deficit. Kick is up from Rage. It is up and good. 21-17 your score on the third straight drive that has resulted in 10 plays. It's like clockwork here in Nevada.
And again, just both teams have been executing perfectly. You know, like Tyler, I'd said on the Say It With the Streets Are Talking chat that I thought this had game of the season potential. And as we're in this fourth quarter, I mean, this score is tight. It's been a heck of a ball game, and with the way both of these teams are playing, it feels like it's going to come down to the last possession.
And it sounds like we need some epic music to go along with this, courtesy of the SFL official soundtrack for the league. APM Music is unrivaled music to bring your stories to life, inspiring every production with the world's most robust and constantly refreshed music collection, state-of-the-art technology, and world-class customer service. Just mention that APM Music is the official soundtrack of the SFL. To explore their library and to find the perfect tracks for your projects, visit apmmusic.com. Kimbrell through the middle, taken down by Osiris, a pickup of 4.
And Osiris has done a really good job here tonight there for the Fury linebacking core, stepping up in the absence I'm sorry, I just blanked on the name, of stepping up in the absence of the injured player, Maurice Lloyd, and this has performed really well for them with that player being off the field.
Second and 6 now here for Arizona. Handoff, Williams, the fullback, lowering his shoulder, will pick up the first down to near the 45-yard line.
Arizona's looking good in these, when they can get within 5 yards, they've got 2 dynamic backs that can pick up those yards up easily, and they've been doing it all game long. I think it's just back to business as usual for the Scorpions here. I think they feel confident that their offense is going to go down and get some points here.
Pitch play, Kimbrell looking for those wide receivers that were there in the bunch set for a little extra blocking. but Max Jackson is able to come up with the tackle. Second and 8 now. Here for Arizona. Nickel look out of Las Vegas. Pass right side on a little dump off. And Moses cannot spin out of the tackle. It's a gain of about 6 yards. And this will bring up a very crucial third down late in the ball game.
But it's a manageable 3rd and 2 here, Tyler. They can go a different variety of ways here. They can throw the ball or pass the ball if they want.
Williams through the middle, gets a little turn around, and Vegas come up with the stop. There's Max Jackson, and it's 4th down.
And in disbelief, Justin Williams feels like that's my bread and butter. That's money in the bank for me. And he just got taught a lesson by an SFL legend, Max Jackson, coming up there making a huge play in the trenches.
4th and 1. Arizona are going to punt. A massive win for this Vegas defense. Now can they capitalize? Return. Here from Britton gets all the way to the 16-yard line, and that is where Vegas will set up shop with a chance to take the lead for the first time in the ball game. They have been perfect on 3rd down. They have kept the ball moving forward. Now they need to do it again here in the 4th quarter. The late handoff, Kimbrell hit behind the line and eventually wrapped up near the line of scrimmage. Gamble there with the tackle. They'll give Kimbrell maybe a yard.
Kimbrell's going to be able to carry the load for you here, but I think Eric Price is going to be tested a couple of times if the Fury want to keep their drives alive. If they're going to have a prolonged drive, Price is going to have to make a couple of throws here.
And off. Kimbrell trying to go through the middle and gain maybe a yard and a half. It'll be 3rd and 7 as Arizona come up with a stop. Las Vegas went 5 of 5 on 3rd down in the 3rd quarter. And they keep the streak rolling in the 4th. Bunch set left side this time instead of off to Price's right. They will roll in that direction. Price looking for it. Caught! Touchdown Prince Wonder beyond the 40-yard line.
And they are just continuing to overload the Scorpions defense. This flood pattern is absolutely giving them fits. I mean, Gamble is there. Price is just putting it right on the money. I mean, that's got to be extremely frustrating for the defensive coordinator to have your players there in position, but the quarterback's just making the right play.
And you see the discrepancy there. He's been doing a great job of trying to spread the ball throughout the entirety of the field. Handoff through the middle, eventually bouncing out to the left-hand side is Brad Taylor right for a 5-yard pickup for the fullback.
And getting a couple carries in the game, and again, when you get a couple of touches, it's nice to get a nice gain out of it, especially when it's a 5-yard chunk. Now your coach is going to look at you at the game film, maybe say, hey, give him a couple carries next week as well.
Run near side, Kimbrell out of one, fights with Eddie Gage, who gets a little extra help, but not before Kimbrell picks up the first down, and the drive keeps rolling.
Yeah, Kimbrell just continuing to put this offense on his back, 33 carries in this ball game, and just doing the legwork, just really taking pressure off of Eric Price, letting him play his game, play comfortable, and find the open receiver. So as long as Kimbrell can continue to shoulder this load, I think that this Fury offense is in a really good spot here with the ball and the clock ticking down.
Kimbrell through the middle. Oh! Destroyed is J.R. Lawless! Kimbrell for 5.
And man, I know both of those players' ears are ringing right now. That was a huge collision there at the line of scrimmage.
It's a fight for every inch here on the turf, here at Silver State. Las Vegas will roll this time. Near side, looking to middle, into triple coverage. Caught John Blades. Las Vegas do an excellent job on the drive. They are continuing to take time off the clock and make efficient plays.
And while Arizona has looked really crisp and sharp defensively on the running game, Price has looked really good throwing the ball. They seem to have the right play sets, the right play concepts to counter this Arizona defense, and they're really attacking them right now as Price is averaging 10 yards per attempt, and that's a first down per attempt. That's great out there for your team. That's again that home run capability, Tyler.
And off Kimbrell left side, that gains 5. Back to Price for a moment. He had 131 yards in the first half, but has really kicked it up a notch for 89 yards here in the second half.
Yeah, and again, that's a huge testament to Hubba Kimbrell really allowing Price to kind of settle in and find those yards, right? To find that comfortability as this game has gone on.
Got 106 yards, It's been a whole total of 194 yards in total offense tonight. They go left side on the give to the backup tailback. Lawless there on the stop. Kimbrell, who had looked gas earlier in the ball game, now has to take a break on the sideline. He's right back out here on 3rd and 4. Two wideouts. Blitz coming. Pass left side. Open was Britton. He was given so much space on the outside, and it results in 1st and goal.
Eric Price making this Scorpions defense pay. They are showing a blitz. They are saying, Price, you have to beat us here. And he's got one-on-one coverage there on the outside, and Doug Britton does exactly what he needs to do. Runs a crisp route, puts his hands out, and that's money. 1st and goal for the Fury.
They played soft zone on 3rd and short. And it comes back to bite Arizona in a crucial drive. Pitch play left side, Kimbrell. Kimbrell fighting off Gamble. He gets in for a hat trick of touchdowns on the ground as Vegas take the lead for the first time tonight.
And we've got 7s across the board. We've hit lucky here as Kimbrell is going to get in for the hat trick, and it's been an absolute amazing game for him, just continuing to carry the load with all these carries, all these touches for this offense, and they stayed true to it. It's been a slow-paced game for them. They played from behind the entire game, Tyler, and now with only basically 3 minutes left in this game, they've finally taken the lead, and that's got to be a great feeling for your offensive coordinator when you trust in your game plan that much and see your team take the lead late in the game.
And that does not happen without Doug Britton on the edge. He pushed his man back into the end zone, and Kimbrell was given enough space to come around and get in for the score. 3 points separate these two clubs. Vegas with their first lead tonight, 24-21. Can the Scorpions respond? Here comes Ryan Orlovsky up to the 29-yard line. A crucial 3rd and short on the last drive was denied a first down by this Vegas defense, which resulted in them punting. They cannot afford to punt here with less than 3 minutes to go in the game. It's do or do not time.
And Ashley's going to have to remain near perfect on this drive as well. Her arm is going to be tested here as they're going to need to move down the field fairly quickly.
5 wide. 4-man rush. Jackson looking middle. Caught by Donnie Hands to about the 43-yard line.
And I like the confidence. That's a nice way to start your drive. You get a good amount of yards. You build a rapport with your wide receiver, and you targeted a mismatch there. You had your wide receiver going up against the linebacker there in coverage, and that's a great job by Ashley to just go where the game is leading her, right? She's just taking what the defense has given her, and it's working out great for her so far to this point.
Late handoff. Here comes Moses, who gets shoulder checked. After picking up 5 yards, the hitting just seems to be continued to be amplified here in this second half.
Yes, and Las Vegas needs to find a way to keep that intensity up. They cannot let Arizona breathe here as this game is working to their favor. They have the crowd in their favor. They have history in their favor. The home team's winning this game. They just need to find a way to keep that intensity up for 2 more minutes, Tyler.
2 to go here in Vegas. Don't change that website. Stay here. SFL, Week 8. 24-21. Vegas with a 3-point lead. Ashley Jackson trying to lead a drive that would see the Scorpions get back out in front. Hand off Justin Williams, the fullback, for a yard.
And Osiris again there in the trenches, Tyler, making plays for this Fury defense.
Third down here for Arizona. Pitch play. Near side, Kimbrell can't do it. It's Osiris behind the line. The first TFL tonight for Las Vegas. And it's a 4th down.
And how about a taste of your own medicine? The Scorpions have been making great plays in the run game defensively all game long. And on a huge 3rd down, the Fury now make their own play.
3 wide. They go with a run on 4th and 4. Moses can't get it. Stopped on 4th down by the backup linebacker for Maurice Lloyd. Turnover on downs. You have seen everything.
And oh my goodness, this is the blood pressure is up for everyone in this arena right now. As this has been just a dynamite ball game. Arizona 3 timeouts still, so Las Vegas is gonna have to get a 1st down if they want to seal this one.
2 third downs in the 4th quarter for Arizona's offense. They can't convert on either of them, and Vegas takes over. Minute 10 to go, still time. And timeouts for the Scorpions. Handoff, Kimbrell pushing the pile, tackled by Lawless, gains about 5. Zona call their first timeout.
And Arizona step up to the challenge here, Tyler. This has been a long ball game for them. Las Vegas has ground and pounded this game all the way. Look at the field showing the wear and tear from these running backs just chewing up the field.
Not just the running backs, but the linemen as well for both sides. It's been a battle in the trenches as Arizona get a good push. And finally, Lawless stops Kimbrell short of the line to gain. It'll be 3rd and short in this second half, where Vegas has not missed a conversion on 3rd down, is the biggest one tonight.
Man, the parallels in this game. 2 linebackers on opposing sides. Osiris playing great for the Fury and Lawless playing great for the Scorpions. Both teams running games just on point. Both quarterbacks playing almost perfect. This is a fantastic. I'm enjoying this game so much, Tyler.
Kimbrell on their side. That's a 1st down for Vegas. The final timeout for Arizona, but it won't stop the clock. No more. Las Vegas had been down at most by 11, kept fighting and fighting and fighting back in this game, and they're going to come away with a victory for the first time in 4 games, and the streak lives on for the home team in this series. Another win for the home team.
And Hubba Kimbrell's going to need a nice bath, a heating pad, ibuprofen. He's going to need everything known to man with 39 carries in this ball game. Just an absolute workhorse workload in this game. Phenomenal performance from Hubba Kimbrell tonight.
For Vegas, they had less than 50 yards on the ground in the first half. They have over 100 combined here in the second half. A tale of 2 halves, a tale of 2 running committees. Just completely different. The offensive line woke up for Vegas. They got the better pushes, and they come away with a victory here at home. 24-21. You're calling it game of the season. It's a great game for sure. You also were talking pregame that it might have been a trap game for Zona. Trap sprung, trap complete. Vegas wins at home.
and it couldn't have been a better ball game. I mean, Arizona has to be feeling like they had the right game plan. I believe that they did. It's just in this game, the Fury made the right plays at the right time. They got the fortune to go their way at the right times, and that was the difference at the end. Arizona had control in the first half, and it seemed like Vegas came out in the second half and really took control of the game, and they did not look back. And I think a lot of that was Eric Price's confidence. Hubba Kimbrell was working and moving throughout the whole course of the game. I think you just had to give that some time. But really, Eric Price, I think, really settled into the game and played very well.
The biggest stat, in my opinion, even 8 third downs for Vegas's offense, 8 successful conversions. Meanwhile, Arizona, 2 third down attempts in the fourth quarter alone, cannot convert a single one. The Vegas Fury looked like a completely different team in the second half, a much more composed team in the second half, and they come away with their 3rd victory of the season. For Mike Daggs, Gerald Smith in the stats, for Cameron Irvine, our SFL commissioner and producer, and my partner, Stephen Hacker, I've been Tyler Fulk. More action to come tomorrow, especially the rematch between Baltimore and DC. We'll see you tomorrow. Until then, good morning, good afternoon, and good night, ladies and gentlemen.